Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Tony Plays. God, I'm copying the Northern Line intro word for word. I apologize for that. Give me just a second. I'm going to raise my own volume slightly. You might be wondering, Tony, why? Well, it is currently still Christmas Day, but I realized if I want to keep the daily uploads going at 7 a.m., then I'm gonna need to make sure I get video recorded so I can upload it, have it properly listed for tomorrow when it goes live. So we're probably gonna want safety pin or that ring. 8-inch nails is really good. I've been wondering, Tony, what are we doing here? For the Isaac fans that are wondering what's going on with the run, just gonna do a quick greed mode run because greed mode can be pretty quick, considering it's all like on a set timer. I think the only downtime you truly have in greed mode is in between rounds when you have money and you're kind of like, I guess, guessing what to buy or trying to plan out something. But if you truly speedrun through greed mode, especially as someone as good as Azazel, you can get these knocked out pretty easy. In the meantime, hope you guys are having a good day. Hope everything's all right with y'all. I have had I had a good rest of my day on Christmas. In case you guys were wondering, I recorded that Christmas episode at like what time was it? It was like 11 a.m. You know, it wasn't that bad. It was pretty early in the morning. Not much was going on. I think 12 a.m. or 12 p.m. now. I'd say now, at the time of recording, it's like 9 something. What is it? I'll check in a second. So you guys know. You also might be wondering, Tony, you might be closer to the mic, or you might be a little louder. What's up with that? Well, it's nighttime, and my grandmother, who is currently house sitting with me, pretty sure is asleep, and I don't want to wake her up. So I'm trying my best to be as courteous as possible, and not be a loud, obnoxious motherfucker. So I got closer to the mic, I'm talking lower, which is also why I've turned up my volume. If you hear me and I'm loud, I apologize. Consider this the freaking ASMR episode or whatever. You know, except I'm not going to be saying phrases, I'm just going to be talking about Isaac and making bad plays. Let's go angel deals for this one. Alright, so mom's ring off rip, safety pin for the range, and then synthol for the damage is also really good. That's a tinted rock. If I had a bomb, that would be amazing. However, I don't, so we just keep going. Also, I apologize if you heard a notification come up. I don't know what that's about. Oh, I remember something I was going to talk about. I recently, funnily enough, like quite literally, I think it's gonna be like 15 minutes prior to recording this, I had just started playing a Resident Evil randomizer, RE4 randomizer, because I didn't know what to do. Since I decided that I was gonna stay at my wants to house it, I realized I could have gotten in some good playtime for games. So I was like, oh, well, while I'm here for a week, I'm gonna have enough time to play like a whole bunch of games. I wonder what I'm gonna do. I reinstalled Resident Evil 1 because I haven't beaten that game. If you know anything about me, you know I love the Resident Evil series. I have quite literally a collective, I think like 200 something hours, possibly even more on Resident Evil 4, the 2005, not the remake. The remake's good, believe me. As someone who enjoys Resident Evil, I love the remake. I think it's very good. However, there's something about the original game that speaks to me. That I grew up playing it. It's a game. It just has like this kind of charm to it that isn't replicated by other Resident Evil games. You know what I mean? So we're gonna grab that. Font. Grab that for the spun potential. Ghost pepper, we don't have luck, so we just keep going. Did we come in here yet? Yes, we did. And then we're on to the next one. Wow, I'm kind of breezing through this right now. I'm also like breezing through the episode. You might be wondering, Tony, what's up? You know, like why are you why are you going so crazy right now? Well, I want to get the Guppy's Ball is so good. I want to get the video out in time because I do have work tomorrow, so I don't want to stay up late recording like a long 40-minute video. But I also, you know, still want to get some kind of content out there for y'all, so I was just deciding, let's just do a greed run because greed is really fast. And I can also unlock Lilith by beating it with Azazel. Hopefully this run actually beats it. However, you know what time is it? Sorry. Apologies. I said I was going to check the time earlier. Let's check the time in the little small break we get in between the waves here. Shotgun round of an episode, I guess. World's fastest Isaac episode. So, I decided to get Resident Evil, or not get, I decided to re-download the original Resident Evil. It's 9:59, I'm about to be 10 p.m. So yeah, I kind of do want to be going to sleep, so I might not be able to crank out 2 episodes. Because I was just thinking, if I'm fast enough, I'm low-key might be able to crank out like 2 episodes of Isaac here. You know what I mean? But it all depends. It truly all depends. This is a good run with decent damage on Azazel. Spirit Destiny or Immaculate Heart. Immaculate Heart's really good. Anything good here? Not much. Wow, that's really good. Okay, then we continue on. Empress, good. Hangman, not useful because I already have flight. So let's just go with Empress. But yeah, I re-downloaded Resident Evil 1. I played it for like, it's funny, I played it for like, quite literally, I think like 10 minutes trying to get it to work because the monitor that my uncle has, the one I'm using, is like a 2K monitor, so it's like really high quality, but that game does not like working at full screen on 2K. I don't know what it is, but it's like the game becomes like letterboxed on 2 sides. I don't really know exactly what that means because I think letterbox is like the top to bottom one, but that's really how it is. Like, I'm not kidding when I say this. The game is like trapped in a 4:3 aspect ratio, but it's not full screen. Imagine a large rectangle and then imagine like a square half the size of the rectangle just straight up in the middle. It's like super tiny. It doesn't look good. It looked really bad. So instead of playing in full screen, I had to play it windowed. And then after I did that, I was just starting the game again from scratch. And I was kind of just like, I don't really know too much about what I'm doing because I'd never beaten the game. So I've never beaten the game, and the last time I played it has been so long that I don't really recall what I need to do. So I was just like, well, shit, I'll just I'll figure it out as I go. I played for like a solid 15 minutes after I got everything figured out, and then I was like, you know what, I want to play Resident Evil 2 actually. I want to play Resident Evil 2, the OG. I want to play a randomizer of that. Tried to figure out how to get the randomizer, and while I was looking for the RE2 randomizer on PC, I learned that there was a thing called BioRand 4. And I was like, oh crap, it's RE4 randomizer. I love that game. Let me play it. So I sign up for it, because apparently you had to sign up to play it. I was like, okay, a little weird, but whatever. Sign up to play it on the BioRand website. And as soon as I do that... Sorry, just checking. Anything good? Tears down. Wow, that was awful. So as soon as I sign up, it's like, oh, here's all the stuff for this. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then I think about it. I'm like, wait a minute. Something's not quite right here. So I freaking double check it, and it turns out I was right. Something wasn't quite right. Because signing up for it wasn't the worst thing ever. I'm not like, oh my god, Tony, you just like, you lost your credit card info or something. No, I didn't lose my credit card info. But the reason why it wasn't right was because when I checked, I realized, oh my god, this is for RE, for remake randomizer. And I was like, well, I don't need an RE4 remake randomizer. I need a regular Resident Evil randomizer. You know what? Chaos is good, but I kind of already have a lot. So I think, unfortunately, I'm going to have to pass on that. It was for the remake randomizer, and I was like, well, I didn't want to play the remake randomizer. I wanted to play the original randomizer. So I find the link for it. I download the remake randomizer. I'm getting a phone call. So in the recording where I peek the microphone, that should be where the phone call was, so I know where to drop this. Anyways, son of a bitch. So anyways, like I was saying, I don't even remember what I was saying, man. I got the freaking phone call and I'm all thrown up. Oh yeah, so I was like, okay, let me find the RE4 original randomizer, because that's what I wanted. I didn't want the remake, I wanted the original. And like I said, no offense to the remake, I think the remake's very good. It's the original's just the game that I have way more experience on. Like, I know that game like the back of my hand. Trust me. So I check it. I'm like, you know what, fuck it, let's grab Chaos, who cares? That's good. So I check it, and I'm like, okay, here's the freaking remake. Here's the remake, or here's the original rando. I download it, and I try my first run ever. Immediately, I am greeted, and the first enemy like you interact with it in the game is the goddamn Big Cheese. If you know who the Big Cheese is, and you know who I'm talking about. But I am immediately greeted with the Big Cheese as an enemy, and I'm just like, well, fuck me, I guess. Luckily, funny enough, because everything was randomized, I got a my starting equipment's randomized. I had a rocket launcher, single use only, unfortunately, but still, a rocket launcher, regardless, is insanely useful. So I got a damn rocket as my first weapon, plus a blacktail, which is one of the pistols in the game. Able to knock that motherfucker out easy. I go to the first part of the village. I'm cooked. Like, there is a Novistador upstairs. There are a absolute boatload amount of zealot enemies, which, if you don't know, like, are the castle version of the villagers. They are really tough, really hard, not easy, because they all also have the scythe, which can just one-shot you. And that's in the first like station of enemies. You call once you reach a certain amount of kills, they call for reinforcements. Boom, Verdugo, which is one of the hardest boss fights in like base game, brother. Arky's so good. You know what? I know what we're gonna do. I know what we're gonna do. Everything in Tony, what the hell are you doing here? We're using goddamn Arky. That's what we're doing here. Retrovision sucks. Range up, tears down. I'll take the range up. The tears down kind of blows. Kind of blows a lot. So. Really? Nothing? Oh, that's alright. A dollar bill? $1 bill payout? Son of a bitch. What's the point, man? Fuck you. The Magician. That's really good. Alright, so, my apologies. I got a little sidetracked with seeing Arky there, and I was so excited I decided, fuck it, we go again. Ooh, that's really good. That's useful. So, freaking, that's the first wave of enemies. It's just regular things. As soon as the second wave comes in, Verdugo, which if you know Resident Evil 4, that is quite possibly one of like the hardest base game fights next to like, you know, the likes of like a freaking U3 or some shit. People are like, oh, U3's not even hard, Tony, if you know the method. Yeah, but he's annoying. He's an annoying fight. Also, I have bad nightmares of U3 because I once did a no merchant run, so I had base inventory and I had a base pistol, base shotgun, a base broken butterfly, and brother, it is not easy beating that boss with a knife because you were trying your best to salvage every resource you can because you were on goddamn death's door every single time you play. Trust, like, you're on death's door because of the fact that that boss does a lot of damage. You have no room for heals because you need to have room for your guns and ammo and other stuff. It's tough. Trust, it's tough. You unlock Lilith, easy money. So then we lucky pennies. Boom, Arky. Frame 1. Daddy long legs, goated. Scorpio, goated. Wow, he blew it up without like actually blowing up the barrel. I've never seen that ever happen before. Guess greed mode, just greed mode things, I guess. So yeah, you know, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad having to fight that guy with no upgrades, no nothing. And what's worse is that, you know, it just, if you know the arena, it's tough. You're pretty much just kiting bro around. And at a certain point, I just had to like lock in, and I literally had to like walk up, knife, back out, weave like a freaking prime Mike Tyson or some shit, and then go back to knifing him. But you know, I'm getting a little side-tangented. I'm getting a little sidetracked. Pretty much what was happening was, it was a Verdugo, which is a very hard fight, and I was just like, well, you know, fuck me, I guess. I got a cone head is so good. With Trinity Shield. Can't grab that. 4.5 volt could be good if I ever got anything useful out of it. But you know, it was just bad. It was tough. It was not an easy fight at all. And I ended up rage quitting because in my mind I was just thinking, I can't deal with this, dude. There are too many enemies for me to be able to like make it out of here alive. And especially with the Verdugo on my ass, it was bad. And it's funny because the randomizer also like randomly affects things like, oh, you pick up a gun, it'll have a random like capacity. I had a shotgun with 21 shells in it. And then when I went to go inspect, I was like, let me look at the stats. It's crazy, it has 21 shells. The game crashed and I had to redo everything from the beginning. And after all that, I was just like, you know what, man? It's not worth going through it for this. As cool as it is, it's just not worth dealing with all that. Wow, 9 volt. Goated. Let's have another one, why don't you? 2 of spades. Could be useful. Magician is very good. Let's 2 of spades that. All of these are not ancient recall or chaos ancient recall. Strength. Devil. Devil. Let's go strength and let's take that to the end. But yeah, it was annoying. Losing everything because My not, you know, losing everything because the game crashed because I dared to inspect was pretty annoying. And then also all the enemies, just because the randomized enemies are insane. Like, trust me, I'm over here rocking a weak base pistol fighting demons I should not be dealing with. I understand why Leon got like PTSD from and shit from this whole thing. And I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna rage quit. And when I rage quit, that's when I had the thought in my mind. I was like, I still gotta do the daily uploads, and I have not recorded the episode for... Oh, perfectionist so peak. Look at this. And I have not recorded the episode for tomorrow. So I decided, let's just... Can't even do that. Yet. Can't do that. Yet. I just decided, why don't we just take a little time out of my day real quick and just do it, you know? I decided, why not? Why don't we just do the episode real quick, and then I can not have to worry about doing this anymore. And it's not like, oh, you know, I've said this before, it's not like editing these takes a lot. But also, don't think that I'm not putting my heart and soul in this episode, you know? Trust me. This is the most that I've yapped in a minute because of the fact that I'm on a time limit, and I'm talking about Resident Evil, which I love. I hope the next game is good, you know? A part of me deep down is hoping that that next Resident Evil game is genuinely peak, but I'm also afraid that Capcom might be getting too comfortable, and if it's not good, I'm gonna have to blow my shit off smooth, you feel me? Not true, don't have to do that. I will be upset though. But they have been putting out banger over banger, you know? A part of me is like, wow, all the games they've been putting out, Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster, really good. Sad I never got to play that on stream or anything, but very fun game, genuinely peak. Skull-X? It'll be Skull-X. Double Skull-X, watch this. Hooked. Keys Horns is so good. Okay, so honestly, it's stapler. Oh, never mind. Spider Baby, awesome. I was gonna get stapler, or I was gonna get the hourglass because I mean hourglass is just really good. It's slow down plus the quick charge plus 4.5 volt. It would have been amazing, but having an infinite generation of spiders has, I think, to be the greatest thing known to man. I mean, look at the shit I'm about to pull out, bro. How'd I get hit? Oh, self-damage from spark plug because I'm an idiot and I decided to mash the button. Not bad. But you know, Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster, really good. Resident Evil 4 remake, all the remakes have been very good. I'm hoping for a Code Veronica remake soon, but I'm gonna be real. I think the hope is very low, and it sucks because the community was over here making their own Code Veronica remake out of like, I think it was the Unity engine or something. The damn community people were out here making their own Code Veronica remake, and then they got cease and desisted from Capcom. And it was just kind of like a, well, fuck me, I guess. Because I mean, I was hoping it would be good, but I hope we get an R key again. Frick. A piece of guppy, but I doubt I'm gonna get the full gup, you feel me? Which is why I'm hesitant to grab. Okay, I'm just not gonna grab it. But I mean, who knows, man? The next Resident Evil could be the greatest thing ever, or it could be bad. And the part that got me worried, this was the part that got me worried. You might be thinking, you know, how could you be worried that Capcom might be getting too comfortable or something like that? Well, one, the inclusion of microtransactions in their games has ramped up a whole bunch. And also the fact that unrelated game series, Monster Hunter, got its official beta for Wilds out about, I want to say, I think 2 months ago or something like that. And I'm gonna be completely real with you, the beta was not great. Things were looking pretty mighty a bit unfortunate for Capcom in the sense there. I mean this like wholeheartedly too. I'm not saying this just to say this. Like, things were not looking the greatest for Capcom because that game ran like absolute garbage. Like, I'm talking horrifically like poorly optimized, and it just kind of left like a bad taste in not only my mouth but like a whole bunch of other people's mouth too. You know, you're just wondering, well, I hope the game at launch is going to be like way better optimized. Like, I'll actually be able to play it. It sucks to not have a limitation. Like, oh, I can't play this game because I'm bad at it, or I can't play this game because it's too expensive. It's I can't even play this game because my PC can't run it. Like, I physically cannot play this game due to hardware limitations. Like, that has to suck, bro. So, hoping to avoid that would be great. All we can do is hope, though. What a nickel has appeared. Nice. All we can do is hope that the next game comes out and it's really good. I had a 1% chance to jam, and I did. Tough. Anyways, great place to wrap it up. Just want to say thank you guys for stopping by. I hope you guys greatly appreciate this shorter episode. I apologize for the fact that it is so short, but who knows, it might be fine for you guys. But I just had to get this out before I went to bed tonight because I got work tomorrow, so I couldn't wake up early to upload it. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys next episode.